This is Ibrahim. He posts videos about loving life, but he's still rereading the same paragraph for the 5th time, watching his own stories for the 10th, trying to stay present, while silently panicking about not getting the perfect shot. Sometimes, he feels like the pair of socks he leaves on the floor after the gym, too tired to shower, too dirty for bed. Maybe he feels out of place, just like those pairs of socks. Or like the blank canvas he bought 40 days ago, still empty, still waiting. Or like the 2 copies of the same book he knows he'll never read. Oh look, now he's gonna post something intellectual about something intellectual, just to seem intellectual.
Last night, I was listening to A Day in Life by the Beatles, and for some reason, it felt like the ending credits of my life. I started thinking, when I am dying, what's actually gonna flash before my eyes? Will it be the people I love, or the last stupid Instagram reel I watched? Kinda like David from Vanilla Sky. That scene where he jumps off a building and his whole life flashes before his eyes. It's just not memories, but a collage of TV shows, advertisements, and movie scenes stitched with his personal memories. Ugh, that freaked me out. It's been a strange year. Most mornings, I don't feel like getting out of bed. There's this huge weight on my chest, dull ache in my body, and my head buzzing with static. Half the time, I'm not even sure what day it is. Life just feels like one big blur. When does the ride start? Everyone has a dream. Mine is to build something creative, maybe through YouTube, that gives me freedom to live life on my own terms. But right now, I feel stuck. Most of my days get lost to doom scrolling, and it kills me knowing how much time I am wasting. When I try to push myself harder, I just end up putting on too much pressure, and that makes me spiral back into the same escapes. Scrolling, porn, people, even playing the same song on repeat until it doesn't mean anything anymore. The hardest part is realizing how fast time slips by. One day blends into the next, and before you notice, a whole year is gone. I'm slowly coming to terms with that fact. One movie that comes to mind when thinking about the horrors of addictions is Requiem for a Dream. The ending scene is honestly haunting. Every character is curled up in a fetus position with their dreams and sanity completely destroyed because of their addictions. Harry's story hits the hardest. He's in love with his girlfriend. You're my dream. She's literally his dream. And there's this dream sequence where he sees her on a pier. He runs towards her, but the dream is interrupted by his friend's arrival, pulling him back down the drug spiral. By the end, he has the same dream again, but this time he's way too far gone to ever make it back. This scene still sticks with me because I feel like my addictions have been keeping me from reaching my full potential for a really long time. I was recently going through some old journals, and it was unsettling because I kept talking about the same problems over and over again for a year or two. One of my biggest fears is growing old with the same problems. To me, the real privilege is having new problems, better ones, because it means you have grown. I don't want my unresolved issues to turn me into someone bitter, someone who never got it together and ended up an emotional mess and a failure. Adulthood always scared me. Even as a kid, I knew I didn't want to grow up. I already seen my older siblings rotting away in bed, frustrated and annoyed, and it made adulthood look kinda scary. Back then I couldn't explain it, but now I get it. I don't know why, but even as a kid, I had this eerie feeling that I would miss being a kid. While other kids my age couldn't wait to grow up, I was fixated on capturing every moment because deep down I knew it was fleeting. I started making this video when I was deep in a rut, and it was just going to be a rant video. A guy sitting in front of a camera ranting about his miserable life. But surprisingly, things been different lately. Not perfect, but definitely better. And I have done certain things that help me crawl out of the rut. And my to-do list hasn't been the same ever since. My friend suggested I sit down and just journal. He's been listening to my rants for a year and finally said, Ibrahim, you have ranted about this for like 1,000 times. Work through it before you move on to something else. So I did. For hours, I journaled. And boy, was it eye-opening. It's not like I figured everything out, but the past few days have felt different. I have been doing little things like morning pages that I picked up from the artist way. Honestly, it feels like it's rewiring my brain or something. I'm pleasantly surprised I made it through 30 days of nofap without even trying. I'm getting back into self-improvement stuff, even if it sounds a little cheesy. I've started waking up early, going on morning walks, and all that good stuff. And I have been way more present lately. Nothing huge, but life been good, man. I started rereading Atomic Habits recently and it reminded me of something I keep forgetting. Every time I chase intensity or quick results, I end up burning out. The first time I actually applied the book's principle, everything started to change. People around me noticed it too. They say, Ibrahim, you have changed so much. Even when I bumped into my old high school bully, he kept repeating how different I was. But somewhere along the way, I slipped back into that all or nothing mindset. Looking back, it cost me so much time I could have just spent building small, steady habits. I honestly believe 6 months of small, consistent effort will always beat 1 month of intense effort, especially since that intense month usually never happens thanks to procrastination. It's only been a month since I started practicing atomic habits again, and my tracking list looks completely different. I'm finishing my tasks, and I actually feel excited to wake up and get things done. Every day I wanna do more, and that momentum just builds. The whole idea of doing it all in one day feels like total BS now. Trust me, there's no such thing as overnight success. People who just seem to catch the right idea usually spend years putting in the work to build the intuition that got them there. I know the whole law of attraction thing kinda sounds cheesy, even scammy because of how it's blown up online, but honestly, it's something I always circle back to when I try to make sense of the stuff I pulled off. At this point, I really do believe you get what you believe in. Yeah, it's a little woo woo stuff. If it clicks for you, it feels like this one big aha moment. If it doesn't, everything I'm saying probably gonna just sound cheesy. One practice I use to manifest what I want is simple. Before I sleep, I visualize it as vividly as possible, engaging all my senses and the right emotions, and somehow end up doing things effortlessly that once felt impossible. It's like giving your subconscious a riddle to solve, and soon enough, it starts arranging the circumstances that makes your desired outcome feel almost natural. Mindfulness is something I've been trying to practice. Usually, I hate running errands. I put them off until they pile up and never get done. But lately, I've been trying this Zen idea. Just become one with the thing you are doing. If I'm fixing a charger, painting, or heading out to buy something, then that's the only thing in the world at that moment. For years, chasing productivity kept me from enjoying simple stuff. Now I skate every day. Not for YouTube, not to get better, just to be present. And I've started to love it. I think it's important to have hobbies that lead nowhere. They slow you down, they ground you, and they remind you that existing is enough. This video is a love letter to my future self, the one who might get stuck in a rut but will know how to find his way out.